Okay guys, look what we've got here. At long last, I have my Kershaw Designs low centre of gravity chassis for the Traxxas X-maxx. Now, been waiting for this for some time, not due to Kershaw or anything like that, purely just because I'm in the UK. So I had to get it shipped to a friend in the United States, who then in turn shipped it to myself. It unfortunately got picked up by customs in the UK, who then decided to sit on it for 2 weeks before passing it through to myself. So just on that note, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Nathan Cation, Midwest MadMax. He's my guy for hooking me up with parts from the US. Anybody looking for some seriously nice X-maxx parts, I suggest you contact him. Wheels, tyres, steering assemblies, Nerf bars, you name it, he's got it. So once again, thank you very much, because I probably wouldn't have this if it wasn't for him. Okay, so everything you see in front of you, with the exception of this motor, is what you get in the box, basically. Now I paid a little bit extra and had plastic side rails provided as well as the metal. You get metal as standard. I just wanted a second set. I'm not sure which set I'm going to run. I haven't really put much thought into it as of yet, but we'll go into that in a bit. Okay, so you get battery straps, because you're going to have to strap the batteries down in this bad boy, because you've got no battery hold downs like you have in a standard chassis. You get a receiver box, because you haven't got a receiver box, a stock receiver box. This looks really nice. The material looks nice. It's a nice size. It's, you know, I mean, okay, it's an electrical box, but the fact that they've put enough thought into providing that, rather than just saying, well, stick your receiver down on there, you know, that means that you can actually waterproof that quite easily and still have your waterproof capabilities. Okay, so you get a servo mounting kit. So this chassis is actually designed that it's purely supposed to have a fish scale servo in it. It won't fit the standard Traxxas servo. To me, that's not a problem, because the standard Traxxas servo isn't meaty enough anyway. You need to check the dimensions of this carefully before purchasing a servo. I should just grab my servo and show you what I'm installing. So thanks to a lot of advice from a lot of people, a while back I started investing in these high-tech D845WP Monster Torque servos, and wow, they don't disappoint. I mean, you got over 50, well, on the back with the exact details, so 50 kilograms torque at 7.4 volts. I mean, that is just incredible. Digital servo, fully programmable. I mean, the size of the flipping thing is huge. You know, it's an absolute monster of a servo. Fully waterproof. There's two versions of this. This is the newer one, which is blue in colour. The older one was a black body, so you could argue it looked a little bit better. However, the dimensions of the old one were slightly bigger, to the point where I don't believe they actually fitted very well in a lot of products. But as you can see, I shan't get too excited with the full install of it. But that's roughly where we're looking at installing this stock servo. Now, that might look high as it is, but don't forget this is a low CG chassis. Just get that back out of there. So yeah, I mean, the weight of this thing, I mean, crikey, and the speed. I look forward to getting this installed and being able to show you guys next to a stock one the difference in this. So that's the servo, put that to one side. Obviously it doesn't come with Kershaw chassis, that is a separate purchase. Receiver box. What else do we get? Bits and pieces for the battery straps, all nicely labelled up. Now you get a set of instructions. Now I didn't realise you got a set of instructions for this because I'd heard previously from other people that it doesn't come with any instructions. Not that you need them, I mean it comes out of the box like so. So it comes out of the box, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much ready to go. But it does come with some instructions. It's got full pictures, it's got an itemised list of what comes with it, how to orientate your chassis braces correctly, step-by-step instructions, how to mount the servo. I mean, it really is very comprehensive. How to install your battery straps, it comes to mounting everything, so clamping down, so screws, what's going in where, what needs to line up with where, how to mount the ESC, receiver box, again how to install the servo and what linkage is required. Really is very, very good. And then on the back page we've just got some more products that Kershaw sell and Kershaw endorse. So Kershaw motor mount, I've not personally used it. I have used a Fastlaners motor mount in previous cars. This chassis, I'm actually, instead of installing a big TP motor that I was originally going to do, I'm going to actually install a stock motor, and I'm just going to see what this performs like with a stock motor and a fairly good gearing setting of something like 2546, something quite hefty like that, and see what happens. So that's that. So onto the actual chassis itself. So this is very, very, very light. However, this is extremely strong. I can't bend this. I've heard people again suggest that it's weak. Not convinced that it is. It's built in a way that keeps this strong. Big metal braces across here. I mean, this isn't bolted together properly at all at the minute. This is sort of loose as it came out of the box. However, I personally think that this is a very strong and stylish looking chassis. So you've got the KD for Kershaw Designs cut into the bottom of the chassis, which is a nice feature. I was concerned that might add a weak spot, however that does seem to be fairly sturdy. Now when it comes to hooking this up to your stock parts of the chassis, I'll just show you an example here. So I've got a stock chassis. Now this is a really, really old chassis from my very first original X-maxx. So these, so actually goes, so that would be the orientation there. So these metal CNC parts here replace these parts. So I've heard again people suggest that these are weak points, but well actually we're going from a bit of thin plastic to metal, so I don't see how that is a weak point. And the size of the material that we're going through here with high tensile bolts, again, I really don't see that being a weak point. Okay, so the bits that we're actually bolting into this itself. So I've only got a front spare bulkhead, or sorry, front part of the chassis, so I'll use that first as an example. I don't actually have, this is an old one which has got a slight crack in it, but I kept it as an emergency spare. So if I just show you how exactly this would fit together. So I don't know how easy that is to see in the camera, but this gap through here is where the this part of the chassis is actually sliding through. Now again, I've heard mixed things from people. You need to be careful what you hear people say on forums and Facebook groups about bolts being too long and various things. If you actually look at this properly, there's a reason that everything is the length and the size that it is. So the bolts that come through the bottom here actually sit up and they're quite long. They're these. Well, there's a reason that they're long, because they screw into this part of the chassis. So don't jump the gun and think that things don't fit, or, you know, vice versa. Okay, so I might have to loosen this off to fit this in. Might slide in. So far the fit is superb. You know, this isn't loose. It's not sloppy. I mean, this isn't how I would ordinarily put it together. So there we go. For example, so get that screw out of the way. There we are. And that is now slotted into place. Now, I haven't actually bolted this down yet. Just get let's screw out the way. Right. Okay, so nothing is bolted together. This is all just loose fit, just to show you guys and give you guys an appreciation of what it's going to be like. So you can see there how that all clamps together. So hopefully from that you can start to see why this is actually quite strong. So it's not a weak chassis design, it's a very strong chassis design, it's a very stylish chassis design. Now if I bring on top of here a upper bulkhead, so this would be the shock towers. So if I bring that down to here, I haven't got all the parts to bolt this up correctly. Again, this is really just to show you guys how that's going to go together. So already we're starting to build up a very nice strong chassis design and chassis assembly. So I won't be going any further in this video. I need to order lots of parts. I was going to use this in an X-maxx I already have. However, after receiving this and ordering some other parts that I'm still waiting for, I've actually decided to do a completely separate build, which is going to be effectively a chrome build. So I'm going to use as many chrome anodized or silver parts as possible to make not a show truck, because it'll still be a truck that's used, but a truck that looks quite unique, shall we say. So but I just wanted to give you guys an overview and show you guys just how nice and how well put together this chassis is. The guys at Kershaw have done a very, very nice job of this chassis. I know that there's going to be other people on the market soon that are making stuff that is going to be available. However, this is available now. It's good to go now. There's not a month, X amount of months waiting list for it. You know you're going to get it. You know what you're getting, and you're getting it from a good, reputable company. So again, big shout out, Kershaw Designs. Make sure you check it out over in the US. I fully endorse this. Is a superb chassis design. Right, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications on future videos. Feel free to check out some of my past videos on bashing, tutorials and things like that. Let me know in the comments what you think of this chassis. If you want me to just go ahead and build it and build a truck, or would you like me to film as I'm building it step by step? Just hit me up in the comments and let me know. Thank you.